What's up, y'all? Welcome to Wab Works. Today I'm working on a 2010 800S, but we got some cheap upgrades that you can do that's fairly easy. We're also going to take care of some maintenance that needs to happen. We'll show you all next on this episode of Wab Works. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Wab Works. We're in the shop today. It's a rainy night in Georgia and I'm kind of like a fat kid at a buffet. I'm just happy to be here. Got the general back in the shop and we are going to do a couple little upgrades to this thing. So the last time we went riding, we had some trouble with the belt getting wet because the seal around the belt cover is non-existent. It's not there anymore. So we got a seal for it. And we also have trouble with the shifter handle pops off of there because the screw broke inside there. So I'm going to change that shifter out as well. And also the last time we went riding, we did notice that the CV shaft on the left front kept kind of trying to wiggle out of there. So got a new CV shaft that we're going to put in there. We're going to change out those seats and get a little bit better seats that put in this thing. We're also going to be putting a winch on this thing because like you can't have a buggy without a winch. Since it's so wet out here, I guess we're just gonna dive in. We're gonna start on the inside. We're gonna get those seats out because we're gonna be replacing those, and then get some of the covers off where we can get to everything where we can route the wires and everything for the winch. And that way we can also get to the shifter where we can change the shifter out. We're gonna start by removing this. Get this out of our way. Just lay it out of the way back there. And to get these seats out, of course, we pull that tab. Like I say, we're going to be discarding these seats, so we don't need them anymore. And number 2. Get out of here! So there's a couple of reasons that we want to get in here. We're going to have to take this engine cover off. We're going to have to take this shifter knob off. Take this floorboard, part of the floorboard off. That way we can get to the cover for the belt. So we're gonna have to take this off and get to that so we can change that gasket, but it also gives us access to the wiring in here so we can wire up the winch. And we're gonna get all that done right now. This is easy to take off. Just flip it back, pull it up. There. See, this clean area right here is the engine cover, so we're gonna have to get this engine cover off. Probably gonna have to take this seat bar off as well so we can pull this cover off. You might be asking, why am I changing this? It seems to be fine. It's working. It moves, but it also comes loose. There's a screw that's broke off inside here. It's just aggravating. It's one of those little aggravating things that when you're trying to shift gears and this pops off in your hand, it's just very aggravating. So I want to get this thing changed out. Now we can start on that shifter, getting it replaced, and then try to get this belt cover off, which is kind of a pain. Shifter is fairly simple. You have this R-clip down here that you just have to remove, and that's the shifter cable. Just pop this off, and then this E-clip right here, pop that off, and this whole shifter should just slide off. Let's pop this cover off right quick. Well, I say right quick. There's nothing right quick about this thing. You gotta have 5 different sockets, 17,000 different extensions, a wobble adapter, the hair of newt. What I'm saying, it could be aggravating. Just pulled up out of the way. Perfect. I always like to start with the hardest ones, which are down here at the bottom of this thing. I guess just to get them out of the way. And I also think if you say it's going to be hard, it's going to be hard, right? So let's just say it's going to be easy day. I think that's all of them. 8 total. And it does make it much easier to get this thing off. Well, I don't even think you could get it off if you didn't take the seatbelt brace off. The hard part is trying to wiggle it out from behind this clutch. Alrighty, got it. So this is going to be the difficult part. That groove has a bunch of silicone that somebody put in it all the way around on bottom two. I'm gonna have to get me a wire wheel, drill, something, scraper, screwdriver. I got to get all that out because that's where the gasket's gonna go. I got to come over here and clean all this silicone off of this ridge right here. So get all that cleaned up and then I can start getting that gasket installed. So give me a minute, I'll be right back. So I can appreciate doing stuff to make something work, but don't ever put silicone on these covers. One, it didn't work obviously, and two, this has been terrible trying to get it off. I've gotten screwdrivers and picks and razor blades and wire wheels and everything I could think of to try to get this stuff out of here, and it is stuck like glue. It is terrible. I wish there was an easier way, but I'm gonna keep picking at this stuff and try to get it all out and get it cleaned up where I can actually put a good gasket seal in this thing. I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but you don't have to put silicone on this stuff. The gasket was like 11 bucks, and it's more work to put the silicone around here than it would be just to change the gasket. Help me understand. Well, this gasket's not really wanting to stay in there, so I'm just gonna put some silicone all the way around it. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stuff this thing in here and do it the right way. And it's just a square type gasket. It's a pretty snug fit, so it'll hold itself in place and then we can put the cover back on. Now we got a gasket. I'm not saying that this is gonna fix our problem. The back cover might have a crack in it, or the front cover might have a crack letting water intrusion in, but this is the correct way to fix it. If you stay underwater too long, it's going to get water in there. It don't matter what you do. But hopefully this will help solve our problem when we're temporarily deep in water. All right, now we got the gasket in there. I've cleaned the sealing surface on this cover. So we're going to get it back in there, put it all back together, and hopefully we'll have a dry belt from now on. So the next thing on the agenda would be to get this winch installed, and I'll come back with updates. All right, I got updates. I got the wires run to the battery. Underneath the console, got them tie strapped up. The relay and everything right here, got it bolted down. Put that on the firewall, and it goes in here, right there. This right here is a wireless remote switch. Now I got to do is install the actual winch and just 2 wires. There's a special bracket that goes on here. The fair lead bolts up right here, and then the brackets go across here. Put the winch on top right here. I had a heck of a time getting this bracket. This is the fair lead and holder, and this is the bracket that goes down below all this stuff. I ordered the bracket, and through no fault of the seller at all. The seller was in Kentucky. They shipped it from Kentucky. It went to Ohio. Then it went from Ohio to Jacksonville, Florida. Then from Jacksonville, Florida to Tallahassee. And then it got kind of screwy and messed up. And it went from Tallahassee all the way to Brooklyn, New York. From Brooklyn, New York to Queens, New York. And then from Queens back down to Jacksonville, Florida. Back to Tallahassee, and then back up to me in South Florida. So, heck of a time trying to get it. It took a couple weeks to make its trip up the East Coast and back down. So, finally did get it. So, we're going to install it right now. Unbox this bad boy. I do need this. Oh yeah. It's a 3,500 pound winch. It's not the biggest, but it'll do, pig. It'll do.
That'll do, pig.
Let's go throw this on right quick. So apparently, just throw this up there, line the holes up with these, screw these bad boys in, hook up the two wires, this one blue wire and yellow wire, which is color coded up there, tie everything up, and we'll be good to go. All right, let's see if we can get this thing wiggled in here. Why did I make it where you can't see it? I think I bit off a little bit more than I could chew tonight. I was a little ambitious. What is that? That's close. Is that a frog? Kind of crazy, whatever it is.
Strange.
Very strange. Cutting tie straps. Cutting tie straps. All right. Gotta have a hook, babe. It don't do no good without the hook.
Not without the hook.
Which way you want? This way or that way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see if it works with the remote. Ha ha ha. Backwards. Out's in, in's out.
Ow.
I can fix that very quickly.
Okay.
I can't stand stuff like that. Like, I got it all hooked up correctly. It shouldn't be blues on blue, yellows on yellow. That's okay. But I can't have in going in and out going out. I mean, I can't have out going in and in going out. Out. It works. I'm delirious. I think I got a little bit ambitious tonight. So I'm going to call it. We'll resume tomorrow trying to get the other stuff done. All right, we are back. It's a much more pleasant day on the homestead, but we still have a lot of water. We're going to get back on the General. And last night was it got late and I got aggravated and everything was going wrong, so we just dogged it off last night. But we're back at it today and we're gonna see if we can get the rest of the stuff installed. We still got the whip lights, the front CV axle, and this box wiring harness to change out. Easy, right? No, it's probably gonna take a minute. Without further ado, let's get after it. So the first thing we need to get done is let's get this CV shaft changed, because without four-wheel drive, it makes it a lot harder to get through all that stuff without four-wheel drive. So we're going to have to take this apart, and I'm going to see if I can do it without removing the tie rod end or the brake caliper or anything like that. Now's a good time to check the brakes. And I got a little life left in them, but not much. Probably going to have to swap those out pretty soon. We're going to take the top and bottom ball joints loose, take this nut off, try to pull this hub without pulling the tie rod end or the brake caliper. So what I've started doing lately is I put anti-seize on these splines. That way they don't get stuck inside that differential, you know. Got the new CV shaft installed. It looks like it's locked in pretty good down here. Boot's looking good. Got it all put back in, the nut torqued down, and the cotter pin in. Now we're going to move to the back here. This light right here, sometimes the tail light goes out, then it'll come back, then it'll go out, then it'll come back, and I can wiggle wires back there. When you wiggle those wires, it'll come back on. The brake light always works, but it's just those tail lights. So I'm hoping the harness can be replaced and fix that issue. I have a new harness here. Unplug the old one, plug in the new one, tie strap it up. So now we got the lights working in the back. I'm gonna have to zip tie those up, but we're gonna start on these whip lights. That might take a minute. So we're thinking about we're gonna mount them right here, have them about this angle. I think it's gonna look good. Have one on this side and one on the other side. It's time to get these seats put in. Let me show you what I got. Now these are new to me seats. They're not in terrible shape, they're in pretty good shape. They came out of a 2018 RZR 900. The only thing is, there's a lot of cutting and welding, drilling, fabrication to get these seats to mount. No, there's not really. All you have to do is just slide them in and pop them down. They fit right up. The only thing about them is they are a little taller because it's got an adjustable seat. It kind of hits the back a little bit, but it's nothing to worry about that I'm going to worry about. But they click right in, and I think it's going to make the General look a lot better. So let's slap these puppies in. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I did modify the seat just a little bit. If you see here, I just ground that edge off ever so slightly, about a ½ inch, and that's just so it would slide back a little further, because I am a tall guy, so I need all the room I can get. The other one just snapped right in. Amber's little, so no worries on her. Just like the normal seats, you just take them and slap them in. Get that under there, and it fits right down in there. Good and solid. I like them. Let's get this other seat in, and all we have to do is just clean her up and she'll be ready to ride again. All right, we got the seats installed. Everything's looking good. Got our whip lights going. That's looking good. We got the cover gasket replaced. We got our new shifter, and we got our winch installed, and the CV shaft is replaced. So I'm feeling good about it. I'm ready to go riding. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. So some cheap upgrades that you could do with your buggies here. One, we bought a winch, which is a great tool when you're out trail riding and you happen to get stuck. And if you're by yourself and nobody can pull you out, a winch is a necessity to have on the buggies. We got one for $100 at Harbor Freight. We called a sale, so it was a good deal. And then we had to buy a winch mounting bracket. Got that off of eBay for like $30. And then we bought some whip lights, and we got those for like $50. So all in on some cool upgrades, about $150 so far. We also have some maintenance we're gonna have to get done. We're gonna have to replace left front CV shaft. It's kind of ratty. We're also gonna have to replace the box wiring harness that controls the tail light. And we're also gonna have to get the gasket on the belt cover swapped out. Another upgrade that we're gonna do is we bought a new shifter, well, new to us shifter, but it's a little bit more better-ish. It looks a little bit cooler. I think the shifter was like $25. It wasn't very expensive. Now we did spend a little bit of money on upgrading the seats. I bought some used seats, new to us, out of a 2018 RZR 900 that we're going to try to put in this thing, and they were a little pricey at $400, give or take, shipped to me. But if you compare $400 to what brand new seats cost, even the old ones that go in here that don't look as cool, I saved a whole lot of money on that. So I guess all in, we're at around $550 to $575, which still is not bad for the cool upgrades we're getting.